Base armor reduced by 1, fair enough. Terrorblade got a few nerfs, it seems. Mana cost for Conjure Image increased at the later levels. Reflection Slow reduced by 5%. Sunder mana cost as well, going up to 50 at the max level, so it's not 0 mana anymore at the end.
Chill, baby.
And it looks like his level 15 talent went from 300 health to 250 health, so that's pretty much it. And it looks like with Weaver, the Sakuchi mana cost increased by 10. So some very, very soft nerfs towards these popular heroes. Can't believe Winter Wyvern got away scot-free. So the Terrorblade going to be slightly weaker, it seems, and there you go. Sunder, again, max level, 50 mana cost. That could actually affect him quite hard. Especially with this Weaver who has the mana break. If Ego goes for like a Diffusal Blade build as well, really start draining that mana off the Terrorblade in these team fights. And he still needs that 50 to throw out the Sunder, so that is a nice little way to take him down now. Looks like we'll have a pause coming out.
Chill, baby.
Your talents surpass your loveliness.
Your atrocity maid.
Talents surpass your loveliness.
I love winning.
Your atrocity maid.
Alright, looks like we'll get into it now. Both teams just going to struggle a bit over the bounty runes, but they'll be able to get 2 each.
The battle begins.
Nothing too special to start us off. Though we don't generally see Playhard running around with 3 mangoes on a Wyvern. That's interesting. I guess the harassment really is going to come out from this offlane. It should still be a core Doombringer though, and it will be. Play hard on the position 4 Winter Wyvern this time around rather than the position 5. Mark, of course, will be in that mid lane as the Kunkka. Up against ASD. Going to be very important for him again to make sure he shuts the Tinker down as best he can. There you go. With that Infernal Blade is a lot of damage. In fact, he's in big trouble right now. Sakuchi is going to be available in a few seconds, but Rappy already really dishing out this harassment. Playing hard with that Splinter Blast as well at level 1. Being very annoying indeed. The thing is with this Doom core pick, like, if you can get the farm up, he can be very, very useful. But that's easier said than done. Like, he really is going to need to go for a Blink Dagger early on, I feel, to get that initiation off on the Tinker, or even the Terrorblade for that matter. Or, excuse me, not the Terrorblade, but the Weaver and the Tinker. Otherwise, it will be quite hard for him to get in range. Mid lane, meanwhile, ASD falling very, very early. Fly solo, rotates around. Mark, looks like he just hit a torrent. And that was it, really. The Thunder Strikes were also enough. From top lane, looks like Scardelicious not having the worst time in the world in terms of last hits. Faith trying his best to throw out the harassment. As an Enchantress, it is very hard to counter. But as long as he can find those last hits, he'll be alright. But Faith, of course, being very, very annoying towards the safe lane Terrorblade. Meanwhile, Fly Solo currently being chased down by an Earthshaker. Rappy is farming very, very well on this Doom. Currently top of the last hits board. He does go for that level 1 Devour early on after the Infernal Blade, but it's well worth it. And right now, Ego actually falling so low on regeneration. He's only got 1 Tango left as well as the stick charges. But against this kind of harassment with that Splinter Blast from Playhard, who still holds 3 Mangoes by the way, it's going to be pretty hard for him to sustain in this lane any further. Unless he can bring that Courier out with some more regen. But this Doom looks like he is going to get the farm he requires to actually be useful in the game. Which is good to see. Again, Infernal Blade straight off the bat. Splinter Blast is there as well. Here you go. Shockwave almost connects. That would have actually found the kill. Meanwhile, ASD ends up finding Mark. Repays the favor with his own tip. He was tipped the last time. He ended up going down. Play hard, looking for another Splinter Blast attempt onto Ego. It won't kill him off, but it'll certainly make him feel uncomfortable. But he does have 2 more Tangos for himself now. It's still... I don't feel like it's going to do enough. Of course, Y on that Crystal Maiden hasn't been able to help that much. Like, the problem with Crystal Maiden is her right clicks are so down... Like, they're so light, there's no damage to it. So once you're done spamming out Crystal Nova, you've kind of done your job. You can't do much else. Tries to go for the creep pool, but Playhard will be there to make sure he disrupts immediately. Playhard will actually end up leaving the lane. Looks like mid lane. They are trying to have a go into ASD right now. Fly Solo again with the rotation. They will find the kill though onto the Disruptor, but they'll get the return kill, which was much more important though. Playhard, well... It felt like he may have died, but again, it is a Crystal Maiden. Once that Crystal Nova's gone, she is just completely useless. So they get ASD down for the 2nd time in this first game already. Great news for the side of Neon. They're just going to keep this up. X now, again, ASD is in big, big trouble. The boat comes in, the torrent's there as well. Can they have some help coming in from Mark? It doesn't look like it. The Fisher will be there for ASD. Mark couldn't get the right clicks off because of that laser. ASD not really panicking, understanding what he needs to do to make sure he can walk out of that situation alive.
Radiant are scanning. Dire's middle tower.
It looks like he will be forced to shrine up, but that's fine. He might just take a few jungle stacks while he's here with that March of the Machine spam. Meanwhile, Playhard going after Y. Rappy looping around as well. Doesn't have the Infernal Blade, but we'll have it in just a second. Shockwave comes out. He really wants to find that Crystal Maiden. Meanwhile, Playhard will be forced to TP out, and that should just be a kill on Y. The Rappy now. Can he get out of this one? Ego actually doesn't go for the chase at all. Scorched Earth was not available anyway, but I suppose Ego may be a bit afraid of some rotations coming in to help out Rappy. He'll be able to heal up quite fast because he has that passive regen. Top lane though, Skadi does find himself in trouble. A nice Fisher coming up from this Earthshaker. Looks like Skadi will actually TP back to his own shrine now. Try to salve up. Or shrine up, excuse me. Mark starting to struggle in this mid lane a bit. He's on top of the last hits board, but you look at ASD's last hits and he's keeping up quite well. Again, the boat torrent will come out, but he needs some help to burst him down. Though the Tidebringer, it will actually get the job done. Play hard was there just in case, and now we see another rotation coming up from the Earthshaker. But they will get the third kill off onto ASD. Boots of Travel, still going to be decent timing it seems though, honestly. Like, we're only at the 8-minute mark, and he needs about 1.4k gold for that. They have definitely slowed him down quite a bit, but it's still concerning that it appears he is going to still be able to get it up around that 10-minute mark. But I guess that is the strength of being able to spam march the machines with that soul ring and the bottle. They play hard. Splinter Blast will not connect onto ASD, and he will immediately back off from that mid lane. Looks like everyone. Well, the core's still looking pretty healthy in terms of farm, to be honest. Skydelicious the lowest one right now, so he has struggled just a bit against Faith Beyond, but he's kind of used to this by this point. Like, this seems to happen a lot to Skadi. He just goes to that metamorphosis and just starts taking out neutrals. ASD also falling very low. He'll just be farming up the jungle for the time being. Fly Solo actually trapped into that top lane. He's just definitely dead here. And it looks like Faith will pick it up for himself with that enchanted creep. There was a rotation coming in to that top lane, but they end up cancelling it off. Ego as well will actually TP up to the top lane now. He's not interested in this bot lane any further. That would be because Rappy is holding the Doom now. So as soon as you cop that Doom if you're the Weaver, you are pretty much dead. It is just way too much damage with the Infernal Blade and the Scorched Earth. With no escape route as well. There's just no odds of survival. So Ehome, go for the T1 top push. Looks like Faith Beyond will actually come and try to defend this. I guess this is one of the heroes that probably can do so. With that impetus, just stay out of range. Keep kiting around that Doom, but there will be a smoke rotation coming down bot now. Do jump in. Doom is there. The X as well. Boat will connect, and Faith Beyond will end up losing his life. And now they're going to go for more. Why? Just hiding in the tree line, that they really want that Earthshaker. Again, Splinter Blast will slow him down just a bit. Rappy is there with that Infernal Blade and with the kinetic field. There's just nowhere for this Earthshaker to go. He'll end up losing his life, and Mark picks up a double. Top lane, though, will end up going down to Ego on that Weaver. So he finds a very nice trade for his team regardless. And it looks like this T1 bot tower may actually just be sitting there pretty. There may not be a real push attempt coming out, because there are rotations coming in from the side of Ehome. Though one level away from level 6, in fact, there it is. He does manage to get the level 6 on the Earthshaker now, so you do have that Echo Slam coming up. This may make them second guess trying to go into this tier 1. Though Rappy, he is moving forward. Now Skadi shows up as well. They all want to really make sure this goes down. Why? Should end up losing his life here to the boat, and he will. ASD is there with the spam of the March of the Machines. And the Terror, well, he goes down. The Echo Slam was there. It looks like the side of Neon just want to back the hell out of there immediately. Ego also making the chase, and the Glimpse comes out on the Disruptor. Fly Solo will end up falling regardless to ASD, and this is a tinker. After all, the rocket spam comes out. Play hard. Probably not going to survive this, and he won't. A very, very nice set of rotations coming out from Ehome. So it's a 2 for 3. Again, they do save that T1 tower at the bot lane. And of course, already we see ASD already becoming a problem on that Tinker. Hasn't got that blink up yet, but he is positioning himself quite well. The bot lane, they will have got Faith Beyond. There's no Doom available, but with the Glimpse, it should be enough into the X-Torrent boat. And that will completely be mistimed. Faith just going to run out of here now, though. No, there's a Glimpse coming in, but that is way far to the east side. And this will give enough time for ASD again to rotate, as well as that Earthshaker. Though Nice Winter's Curse comes out, it won't be enough to kill him off quite yet. Now the Static Storm, though, will get the job done. Rappy just trying to back out there, play hard, fours. Now Rappy will probably be the secondary 2-4, and they'll find Fly Solo as well. 3 more go down for the side of Neon. And that T1 again remains standing. In fact, I don't believe it copped too much damage in that last engagement. ASD getting very close to that blink. In fact, they may find Sky Delicious, though no rockets come out afterwards. ASD didn't have a chance to rearm throughout that X. And so they will at least get Sky Delicious out of there safely. But ASD's almost completely online. In fact, he's got enough for the blink soon. Just 5 gold. The bot lane, Rappy was making the chase. The Doom is there on the Earthshaker, or ASD I should say, but he's perfectly fine. And now Rappy going to be chased down by Ego. Winter's Curse not really available. He's going to turn around though with that Infernal Blade. They will find one. The X was there, but he got the time lapse off. And now Play Hard may end up falling as well, because ASD, that Doom has wore off, and he does find Play Hard. But Winter's Curse is there. Nobody there to help him out though. Meanwhile, mid lane as well. Looks like Fly Solo. Well, the impetus damage should just be enough. Echo Slam is out as well to Mark. So Mark tried to find the trade, can't really get it, and now gives his own life away again to the side of Ehome. This is just disastrous for them. 13 to 10 now. 3k net worth lead to the side of the Radiant.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They will get that mid tier 1 as well.
Has fallen.
All tier 1s for the side of Ehome are left standing. It looks like Neon perhaps having some lag issues. We'll wait for the reconnection from our disruptor.
Dire are scanning.
So bot lane Rappy may have to be careful right now. Again, ASD comes in. Much of the machine spam starts immediately, and ASD with Y, they jump in on Rappy. So Doom is not actually going to be available. The Spirit Vessel's there as well, and the Swarm will actually connect to make matters worse. They're going to keep diving for this. Play Hard will be the target. Rappy, though, will end up falling. And now Ego, realizing he can find a little bit more on these supports, gets another Spirit Vessel off. Fly Solo, make it tight for Ego. They're going after tier 3s now. ASD is way out of control. Top lane, well, they have the Fisher to set up. Sky Delicious, he does have a Sunder available. They can't really stun lock him, I don't think, but the Frostbite is there anyway from Y. Oh, ASD, he's on fire now. It's hard to know how you shut down this Tinker at this point. He's already got the Blink, he's got the Kai, got the Boots of Travel. Again, we talked about these counters that Neon Esports went for, and they are very soft counters. And as you've seen, they haven't really been able to catch him out this whole time. Like, early game, yes, they caught him out a couple times. In fact, 3 for that matter, but now, I guess we'll wait and see. But Ehome doesn't plan to let up on this aggression quite yet. Bot lane, they want to go for more. The drums are there, and they found Fly Solo. Static Storm, Kinetic Field is there, but Fly is just dead. Though they will throw out the Doom onto Faith Beyond. He's just going to outrun this. In fact, no, Winter's Curse does get there in time. ASD still spamming out rockets. They finally found him. Reflection is there. ASD, what can he really do in this position? Play Hard ends up finding Y. Now the X comes out on the Tinker. The rocket spam continues. Though he's just going to TP out. Meanwhile, Ego found Mark in the backlines. And they found Rappy as well. 22-11, 8k net worth lead for the Ehome side. My goodness. They really came to play
Dire's
today.
middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And now they'll go for the Roshan on the side of Ehome. Why the hell not? You're so far ahead. There's no way for Neon Esports to really contest this. Like, you've got that Kunkka. You can hit a very nice Torrent boat. But even then, I don't know if you win the team fight out. Ehome, they're just going to take this easily. Not a fast Roshan, but fast enough considering it's 18 minutes in. See the Earthshaker now as well. Has that full Blink Dagger up. Dagon comes out on ASD. Plenty of Magic Burst to make sure this Terrorblade cannot survive these team fights. And you look at Skadi, he's still sitting there with 1.2k HP. Like, there's not much he can do in this scenario. He's going to keep farming up throughout this game. Although ASD, well, he finds Fly Solo, and that's how easy it is. Now again, Rappy, going to be chased down. Probably going to die here. ASD on a godlike spree. Ego going to be even more confident to start diving those tier 3 towers, considering he has an Aegis.
Under attack.
You can see Mark how scared he is. He has to X his way through that mid lane now.
Welcome back.
And this is 19 minutes into the game. I wasn't expecting such a dominant
Dire's
performance
bottom tower.
from Ehome in game number 1, but my god.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower.
Tier 2
is
mid
under
tower. Now going to be under attack. Faith Beyond just going to slowly take it out. Got the Dragonlance up, so he can just hit it out of range. And now he goes for the full Hurricane Pike. Mark will get the X off. Torrent is there, will connect. Now the Doom as well. This is a nice pickup for them if they can find it. Though the Earthshaker comes in, misses the Echo Slam though. Doesn't hit anybody. Mark gonna be jumped on in that mid lane. Earthshaker still perfectly fine throughout all this. Why about to fall? And he will, but they'll find the trade in this Kunkka it seems. Rockets also still coming out. Mark trying to make a run for it, but he does end up going down. Skadi was there with the Metamorphosis. They still find the nicer trade for the moment, but Skadi getting chased down by this Weaver and Tinkerbell. He ends up falling before he can even get to the shrine. And so suddenly, you only really got one core and two supports, where the side of Ehome, they get two cores, one support on their end. And though Neon, they do get the better gold out of that. In terms of how the momentum of the game's going, it's still not going to be good news. Play hard. Don't jump in there so that they may find this kill. ASD, he's got him very greedy here. He's really diving for this, and he will end up falling. You can't afford to do that if you're the Tinker when you're this far ahead. It's going to be a lot of gold going to this Winter Wyvern.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
In fact, it's almost 1.5k going to the Wyvern. A lot of XP as well. Looks like she will go for that Glimmer Cape now. ASD perhaps getting a bit overly confident. Perhaps. Skylicious again, still trying to farm up. They spot him out. He does have Fly Solo there to make sure he doesn't die too easily, but Ego doesn't seem to care. Has a Diffusal Blade, starts draining that mana. Spirit Vessel there as well. Skadi just needs to run for it. They do glimpse back the Weaver, but now Faith Beyond's there. They're trying to go for that Sunder play. Fisher is out, and Skydalicious, he does get the Cold Embrace, though Ego finds Fly Solo. Now a boat coming in. Will connect onto Y. Skydalicious still alive. Winter's Curse is there in time. Meanwhile, ASD in the back lines, going after Skadi. Will end up finding him. No Sunder comes out. And Mark, the only one left, fact, I say that, but Rappy, he was left. He's now dead.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And they'll get started in the mid lane. Why the hell not? Aegis is still available for Ego, I believe, and it is.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire structures are fortified.
Tier 3 goes down. Time lapse is there from Ego just to take all that damage off. And Playhard suddenly disappears from the game. Now Fly Solo gets deleted as well. ASD, he does cop the boat, but he can just TP back home. And now the Echo comes out, Mark. Well, he gets stun locked by the Earthshaker. And they call GG. Fair enough. I mean, there's nothing they can do. They're too far behind. It's an 18k net worth lead right now for Ehome. And if you're 1 racks behind with this kind of draft, 22 minutes in, there's just no way to come back. So the side of Ehome, they'll take game 1 very, very convincingly. Fair enough. Good on them. Guys, I realize that it appears there's way too much delay on the stream. Perhaps somebody forgot the Twitch stream delay on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to restart the stream real quick, because it is currently at 8 minutes where it should be 5. So I don't want anyone, ruining the game for you guys. So I'm going to start it real quick. Just stick around. The stream will be back up in 5 minutes, and we shouldn't really miss any of the draft or any of the game. So be right back, guys. Won't be long.